Calvin Castine at Chazy Central Rural School. We are moments away from the start of this game. They're introducing the players. They'll be playing the anthem shortly. And our play-by-play man, Joey Trombley, is over there, hugging people, signing autographs, eating Mickey fries. Well, I had to get the lineup for the Willsboro Warriors. Stay tuned. We got Willsboro and Chazy, and he'll make his way over here. The one, the only, Joey Trombley.
Hello, North Country soccer fans, and welcome to the George Brendler Field in Chazy. It is the 18th of September, a beautiful Friday night. The wind is up a little busier than normal than it has been. It's a little cool, but it's a nice night. There's no elements in the air. I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine here calling the game. We expect Joe Poissant to be coming here at some point. He's a couple fields over right now with his JV squad. When I left, Calvin, it was 1-0 Chazy. Was it still the same score?
That's what it was when I left.
Okay, Calvin was taping that earlier. Tonight's game is between the Eagles of Chazy and the Warriors of Willsboro. So this is a big MVAC matchup here for the Eagles tonight. Willsboro is definitely one of their rivals in the MVAC, as well as Elizabethtown. So they have Willsboro today, and then next week they have Elizabethtown. So they have two very important games coming up. Chazy is undefeated in league play. I'm not sure. I think Willsboro is too. And so it's a battle of two very good teams here tonight. It'll be a good test for Chazy to see where they stand within the league. And Willsboro would like nothing more to come into the George Brendler Field and knock off the Eagles. And there was a shot wide by Clay Sherman, so it'll be a goal kick here for Chazy. We're early on. It's only 38 minutes and 45 seconds here left in the first half. So we've been about a minute and 15 seconds. So Calvin, you're doing double duty today.
That's normal. Northeastern is double headers every time they play. So
that's true. The 4:30. They do late games there too.
Right.
And the ball is cleared out by Dakota Sayward deep into Chazy territory off the head of Reynolds, and it goes to Santor. So Austin Santor will work his way to the 18. And that's a low punt. Giving chase is Snide, but getting there first is number 24, Brandon Bertrand. He passes it back to number 7, Cross, and it's controlled by the Warriors. And Tregan gets over to knock it up. But here come the Warriors, and Paul goes in to the box, and Reynolds trying to clear it out. And number 24, Bertrand, trying to get it into the box further, but the Chazy defense is stiffening up. And a shot ripped by number 8, Clay Sherman. And so Willsboro's coming out on fire here early. And I don't think Chazy was expecting this, Calvin.
No, the wind is favoring Willsboro a little bit right now, so it's a chance for them to take advantage of that wind and maybe get something on the scoreboard early.
Well, the wind is definitely going that direction. We noticed it definitely in the Chazy Lake Placid game at the JV level. It is going from it's definitely a west wind. So the advantage is Willsboro with the wind factor, but right now it is a number 7 Domini sending it into the box. It gets by Tyler Boris into the hands of the goalie for the Willsboro boys, and it is Justin Drinkwine as their goalie. So throw in, here comes Willsboro. Hamill getting it up and push. Clayton Cross was pushed by Jordan Barrier, so it's a direct kick here for the Warriors, and Chazy sets their wall up, and it is Clay Sherman setting up for the direct kick here. And it looks like he will send it toward the goalie, and the players will be charging the net, is what it looks like. And sure enough, and he sails it over the net, so a wasted opportunity for the Warriors at 36-24, and it is a pretty stiff wind out there, Calvin. You got a little more protection here than you did on the earlier game.
Yeah, it's kind of brisk out there. It's trying to hide in the sumacs, but it didn't help. Looks like that game is finished. They're shaking hands. They just finished shaking hands over there, so we expect Mr. Poisson here. Maybe he'll stop and get something to eat like Joe Trombley did. We saw you over there trying to get Mickey fries.
I was getting for the first batch to come out. I didn't get a full order, just a couple fries. I told the cooks over there, I said I had to get a burger and I didn't want to pass out calling this game.
No.
And so they made sure I was well nourished before I got up here. So, but I did feel like a true Ted Baxter coming here because I just made it just in time.
Well, we had the camera on you.
I appreciate that. And I'm sure you had wonderful things to say too.
Oh, everything nice.
I can't wait to see the playback of this game. So the Eagles have a corner kick here, and it will be Barrier taking the corner kick here for Chazy.
Hey, we got one coming in here. Help out.
Pass the ball, White.
And Barrier, and it goes off of Sherman. So it'll be another corner kick here for Chazy. Barrier again sends it in the box, just gets over the head of Halley outside the 18. Picked up by Rogers. He sends it back to Tregan. Tregan loses the ball, and a slip by the Willsboro player picked up by Reynolds. He's trying to get it into McCarthy, and it's controlled by number 24 Bertrand. And Domney trying to find somebody. Sends it up over to McCarthy. McCarthy being challenged by number 10 Ball. And taken down is McCarthy. He'll get up slowly. Chazy will have a kick here, and it will be Barrier.
Stay your man!
Barrier will serve it up toward the goalie, and the players will rush to the net. And there they go. Bower's trying to get a shot off. He just chips it in, and it goes into the hands of Drinkwine. And he'll work his way to the 18. And the ball punted into Chazy territory. John Tregan's there. He heads it up, and it goes to the head of Sherman. Sherman trapping, but he's taken away by Snide. Snide goes far sideline up to Rogers, and it's knocked out of bounds by number 25, Alex Shepard. And he'll be Tregan will take the throw in here for Chazy on the far sideline. Not a bad crowd here tonight. It's Friday Night Lights. As they say in Canada, hockey night in Canada, it was definitely soccer night in Chazy. We had 3 games going on at one, well, 2 at one time. You had the modified boys playing Willsboro, and the boys won that game 3-0. Then you had the Chazy boys playing Lake Placid, and the nearest we can tell it was a 1-0 game, at least when Calvin came over. We don't know if it stayed that way. We'll get the answer from Joe. And then, of course, we have the varsity game here with Chazy playing the Willsboro boys. So hockey night, or soccer night in Chazy. And we're at the George Brendler Field. It's Kyle McCarthy. Goes to the open space. Boris giving chase, as well as Shepard and Sayward. And Sayward trying to keep it in the line here. He knocks it out, and it goes off Boris. So throw in here for Willsboro. And Willsboro doing a good job coming out with a lot of intensity. And it's Tregan with the throw in. He's trying to get Boris down on the far sideline. Boris being challenged by number 25, Shepard. And it's knocked out of bounds by Pierce. Quick throw in here for Chazy. Snide with the ball. Working his way to the 18. Snide gets a shot off, and that goes wide over the net. Wide and high. So it'll be a goal kick here for the Warriors of Willsboro. The other day, I was calling the game with Sam, and he had a game down at Northeastern. I don't know, you probably were down at that game.
Yeah.
So I said, well, don't worry. I said, Joe will be back here for the second half. Well, Joe never came back.
Never showed up.
Well, he showed up. He was over there eating Mickey fries and having burgers, and he never came over.
Huh.
So we're going to have a little conversation tonight when he gets here on the air to find out what his priorities are.
Yeah, he definitely has to be talked to.
Well, you know, his contract is coming up, like you said, and I know you kind of reprimanded me for getting here so late tonight, and I think we have to have a talk with Joe on that, too.
At least you showed up.
I did show up. So it's a throw-in for Chazy, and it's Andrew Lapierre for the throw-in for Chazy. Giving chase is McCarthy. McCarthy being challenged by Ball. And it goes off of Bertrand. And Lapierre calls for it. Over to McCarthy. McCarthy will push it back to somebody. He switches fields all the way over to Tregan. Tregan one-times it up over to Dominy. Dominy back over to Tregan. Chazy trying to group, but good pressure here by the Warriors. And now it's Halley. Halley has it deflected. Giving chase is Barrier, but coming up is Bertrand. Won by Barrier. Pushes it up over to Dominy. Dominy working his way to the line. Sends it across, and it's cleared out by number 10, Nick Ball. And that'll be a throw-in for Chazy. Nick Ball just kicks it out of there. Good defensive play by Ball just to slow things up here. And Halley coming over. And they're going to look for a long throw-in here for Shea Halley, from Shea Halley. And there it is, into the box, and the ball's headed out. Number 23, Hamlin and Halley fighting for the ball. Halley wins that battle. Pushes it back. Coming up is Lapierre. Lapierre trying to find Snide. He's challenged, and ball rolls up and hits Snide in the hand, so it's a handball on Chazy. Willsboro ball. Shots on net favor Willsboro 2-1. Corner kicks favor Chazy 2-0, and we have 0 score with 29 minutes to go here in the first half in this big MVAC game between Willsboro and Chazy. Snide goes to the outside, up over to Rogers. Rogers with the ball, pushes it over to Tregan. Tregan controlling. Now we'll go down the line trying to find Boris, and Boris, nice play by Boris, fighting for that ball. And there's a battle down there between Boris and Hamill. Hamill sends it up, and it is Snide. Snide now being picked up by Pierce. Snide pushes it up over to Barrier. Barrier back to Snide, and the ball is cleared out. Chazy couldn't get a strong shot off, and good play by the defense. And Tregan does a nice job to step in to send it back toward the box, picked up by Dominy. Dominy will push it back over to Lapierre, who's in from the defensive end into the offensive end. Lapierre over to Halley. Halley being challenged, and Willsboro's doing a good job pressuring the Eagles here tonight. The last couple games, Calvin, Chazy's had their way at the controlling the midfield, but there was no pressure, too much respect for him, and Willsboro's coming right at him.
Well, that's the kind of game you need, and you actually like, especially if you win it. But you want to be challenged. You don't want to just go out there and coast and go through the motions. You want a team that's going to step up and challenge you so you can improve as the season goes along.
Absolutely, and Willsboro's doing a good job with that, and Chazy definitely needs this type of challenge here. The last game, at least the only game this year that I've seen where they've really been challenged was PHS, which was a well-played game by both teams. And the throw-in comes in, controlled by the Warriors. And it's cleared out by Reynolds and McCarthy giving chase. McCarthy has nice speed, trying to get by. And a white push on McCarthy is trying to get by Nick Ball, but Nick Ball did a nice job keeping him away from the ball. No pun intended. Nick Ball keeping him away from the ball. Calvin, did you pick up on that one?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, just, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hey, even Leno has a bad one every now and then.
Who?
Jay Leno. Prime time now, Calvin. Prime time.
Yeah. I watched part of his first show, and
I stick for the monologue. I stay for the monologue.
It's
not much different. I don't stay up for Conan. I just. Here's the throw-in. Oh, nice throw-in. Eagles trying to get a kick out, but it's cleared out by number 23, Hamill. Tregan's there. He controls. He chips it back up. Headed by the Warriors, controlled by number 8, Sherman, Clay Sherman. Being challenged by Boris, pushes it back, gets it on the foot of Ball.
Stay back, Tyler. Stay back. Yep.
And nice play by Rogers. It wasn't Ball, actually. It was Dakota Sayward on the far end. Sayward with the throw-in. And it goes off of Lucas Strong, one of the captains for Willsboro. Tregan with the throw-in going down the line. Boris trying to get to it. And it goes off Boris's foot, so throw in here for Willsboro. We have 25:50 here left in the first half. No score. A nice throw in. Here comes Sherman. Tries to clear it. Reynolds with the ball. Sends it up to the open space. Giving chase is McCarthy. McCarthy will push it here to the near sideline, but he has Nick Ball on him. Up to Snide. Good call by Snide for the ball. Snide has the ball. Goes to the open field far side. Here comes Rogers. Rogers trying to get through the defense there, and nice play by Rogers. Good defensive play, and it's a corner kick. Nice defensive play by Alex Hamill. And Jordan Berry will take the corner kick here for Chazy. Well, if anything, Calvin, we have Puissant down below, so he'll make his way up here when he can. And there's a head by the Eagles, so it'll be a goal kick. And, yeah, Joe's down below getting debriefed right now from the coaches.
Marty, just got to find it a little closer there.
And we also have coach for Keene, Fred Hooper, down there too.
Really?
So we'll get them both up here.
What's he doing?
I'm not quite sure. Off the head. So, Joe, you coming up with Fred? Yeah, they're coming up right now. So we have a special guest tonight in Fred Hooper. So that'll be interesting. And I'm trying to think if he doesn't have anybody that plays for Willsboro. Probably just here to check the teams out. Nice, nice. Yeah, we got Fred Hooper here. He's just came through the door. It's nice that Joe finally showed up. I gave him all this press last time with Sam here. Come to find out, he's eating Mickey fries and eating hamburgers.
Zero game, Joe. I keep telling you, your verbosity gets in the way of this game, buddy. Let's go.
Joe's back, Calvin. It's not the same. And Mr. Fred Hooper, what are you here for? Just to scout the teams out?
We're just here just because we love soccer, and we had to get a little shot at it. And with all this summer soccer going on, everybody knows everybody. So my son Brody had to come up and.
We want to come watch the game?
Yeah, I had to come watch the game and see all.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game.
Willsboro's really challenging the Eagles here, and Chazy's gonna have their handful. Willsboro's a real deal this year.
I think that they have some talent up front. But although right now it looks like it's they've been mostly playing defense, but they have a couple. Hamill can be a threat.
Play Hamill, is it?
Yeah, 23 can be a little threat, Hamill. But we'll have to see how long their defense can hold up. I think if you guys are patient enough, Chazy gets one, then. But Willsboro, I don't think will quit. They'll
here
come.
to play.
Yeah, they're here to play.
We have 23 minutes. The first 17 minutes, they've been playing very, very well. And Joe, how did your game end up?
We beat the junior varsity boys. We beat Lake Placid 2-0.
It was 2-0. Who got your second goal?
Oh, gee, that's a good question.
You give me credit for asking a good question.
Yeah, good question. Like, it was.
It wasn't a trick question.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Because unfortunately, being a coach, you look for things to improve upon, and it could have been. We should have had several more scores, but it just happens that way sometimes. So I'll try to remember tomorrow.
All right.
So both the JVs and modifieds won today.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was
Modified boys.
pretty
beat
strong.
Willsboro
Pretty
3-0.
strong right through the whole program right now.
And then last night, the modified girls beat Willsboro 6-0.
Oh, wow.
Which was a big surprise. Mm-hmm. And then the girls won last night 2-1 in overtime. Definitely outplayed Willsboro.
That was in Willsboro.
Yeah, in Willsboro scores with 8.1 seconds left.
Yeah.
Forced the overtime, but it was a nice goal by Sandra Oles to give the Chazy girls the victory and keep their record undefeated. Mm-hmm. So, ball headed out by Hallie, and Boris pushed off the ball by number 25, Alex Shepard. And here come the Warriors, and that could be dangerous. Good job for Reynolds to go down to block that play. Joe, I was looking at the lineup for Chazy. Of the 4 freshmen on the team, McCarthy, Reynolds, Nolan Rogers, and Brendler. Of course, Brendler is out with sickness right now. Those 4 guys are starters on this varsity team, which is pretty amazing.
Well, it is, I guess, but this is just the way it goes.
Oh, nice try by McCarthy.
Nice save right there by the keeper.
Oh, the defense is there. Scores! Caleb Snide.
You got
3 shots. A big goal, big goal for Chazy at the 21-minute mark. And Drinkwine came out, and boy, beautiful effort by the Eagles.
True, but Coach Hooper was just talking about the defense of Willsboro. You know, patience, and they took 3 shots. But, you know, the keeper, Drinkwine, made a nice save on McCarthy. But, you know,
And then the defensive player, it was Alex Shepard stopped the goal.
Made another nice save, and but 3 times is the charm with Caleb Snide on top of the box.
Well, Snides, because you weren't here for the other game because you refused to come up here. So, but I just wanted to throw that in there. But
I didn't have my body.
Calvin, I told you how to get him.
I didn't have my body.
But that game, and of course you didn't see it because your face was just gorging with food over there. But the Snide the other day, he was hitting those balls 20 yards over the net.
Yeah.
So to see him to keep it on the ground like that was a big shot by Caleb Snide.
Putting the ball on net is so important. You know, there's so many things that happen. Rebounds, you know, there were 2 shots right there on net. You know, that's why I'm glad that Calvin came down. He's filmed a videoed a couple of our games for the boys. I really appreciate it. Because it's going to be a good learning tool. Some of these kids I have,
right.
They can see some of the things because we'll break it down. They can see how they actually play.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully I won't see how I actually coach, but.
Well, from what I'm told, you don't. But
believe me,
it's payback time, Joe. It's payback time.
I'll tell you what.
Aren't these freshmen playing so great because they came up through your program?
Well, you know, it's
Don't
it's
be
a
modest.
whole it's a whole thing. It's not just me. Believe me, I'm not the only one.
He's being
I'm not,
modest.
believe me, there's many people
Being
involved.
modest.
There's many people involved.
Oh,
Not just me.
No, I see your footprint on this, Joe. I see your footprint all over. And I saw that I had a great game after this game here. She went and did really well in your next game.
Yeah,
I read in the paper.
Next game we did well, and actually both Louisa Sardell and Emma had
Yes.
big, and then our little sweeper Emma Gothard in the back started playing better. So we had a good game, and then you know we got stuck with it. I have 4 girls yesterday with 102 fevers, and I go to Minerva Newcomb with 11 girls, and that's all I had. And Emma and I was out with a hamstring injury, so I didn't have Emma or Louisa.
Did you win?
And we lost 4-1, and they have an international team this year. They
really?
They have a girl from Sweden who got a hat trick on us, and people are going to have to keep an eye on her. But anyways, that was a beautiful finish. And I just have to add just what what you guys were talking about. All 3 shots were low and on net, and it just gave them, like I say, it didn't fly over the top. Gave them an opportunity to. You give Chazy three shots like that, they're probably going to put one away.
Going to find a way to find
and
it.
they did.
And the Drinkwright made a good save. It was Shepard made a good save as a fullback going into the position. Did a nice job.
Yeah.
But you give Snide an open shot like that, he will find the back of the net.
Yeah. And he is a good goallie. He's
Drinkwine's a very good goalie.
Yeah, he's gonna make that save 8 out of 10 times.
And he's a senior goalie.
Yeah.
Okay, it is.
That was good defense, though. You don't want to let him get his left foot wound up there.
No.
Good defense.
One thing my son played a couple years ago for Rob, and he always said, don't let him turn.
Yeah.
Just get your body on him. Don't let him get that shot off.
Right. You got some good size in the back.
Very good size.
Quickness, and that's
they're strong back there.
right.
And
You haven't given up a goal yet, have you, the boys?
well, in league play, no.
Yeah.
The PHS, it was a 1-1.
Yeah, that was
Canton also.
In Canton, they gave up a goal. In the tournament, they gave up 2 goals. But who played, I thought, exceptionally well the other night was Nathan Reynolds in the sweeper position. Oh, there's a pass. Oh, the Drinkwine's there. So Chazy picking up the pace here a little bit with that goal. Ball comes out to Bertrand. Bertrand will send it into Chazy territory. Lapierre controls it, pushes it up over to Barrier. Barrier will switch fields, finds McCarthy, middle of the field. And he has 2 people on him, and you can't dribble between 2 people. And it was taken away by number 22, Strong. And it now goes on to the foot of number 13 for Chazy, which is Matt Grabell. And Tyler Boris trying to get a shot off here. And they get the whistle, but it's going to be outside the line. Boris slowly getting up.
Hit it right now.
Get over this too.
And Chazy will work a set play, Joe. It looks like anyway. this come off from one of your playbooks or what?
This is new to me. It's all
Coach,
new.
you've seen a lot of games. What do you think for play here? What do you think is going to happen?
I got a feeling it's just going to be spanked.
And Reynolds.
Actually.
Nice set play.
Yeah, that was a nice set play.
McCarthy,
Yeah, it looked like a set play for him to score. Yeah, I thought.
I didn't know if Reynolds was trying to find the far post, but boy, McCarthy was almost had his foot on that.
Yeah, all we had to do was touch that, and that was past Drinkwine.
Drinkwine sends it up. It's short here. It's picked up by number 23, Hamill. He sends it into Chazy territory. Clay Sherman, nice player for Willsboro on the far side. And coming over is Halley, and Halley just sends it up. McCarthy with the ball. And McCarthy trying to do a little too much with it. He needs to pass it off to his support, don't you think?
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it very simple.
Keep it simple. Easiest way. Especially, the first 10 minutes after a goal.
Dupree giving chase, yes.
You gotta be careful. First 10 minutes after you score or they score, you still gotta play your game. You gotta keep your game. Play it
Any
simple.
coach will tell you want to survive the first 10 minutes of any game while the emotion's running high.
Right.
And then it settles down after that point. And
Nice pass right there.
And Gravel looking to get a shot off. Gravel, rips it high over the net.
Just should have.
Opportunity for Gravel.
He had some people wide. He was too far deep. I think it was too deep actually to get a decent shot off. It was a tough angle. Good hustle by Gravel though. He's been giving Coach McAuliffe some good minutes.
Very good minutes. Do a nice job.
He has. I'll tell you what. He was one of the youth players that we had trained to be a keeper.
Really?
Yes, he was a keeper. He was a good keeper. But
he's an all-around athlete.
Yeah, with the emergence of Santor coming up, and he's had to step in because of the injuries and the illness that Chazy has. And I like Gravel over there. He does a very nice job off the bench.
And the ball goes out, so it'll be a throw-in for Chazy. Dupree will take the throw-in, gets it into Boris. Boris being double-teamed. And it goes off the Willsboro player. So there'll be another throw-in quickly to Snide. Halley. And Halley may get his howitzer off here. He does, and it's right into the gut of Drinkwine, but Shea's got an awful, awful shot.
Oh, I guess
I mean,
was
in a good way.
Right.
Awful hard shot.
That was well struck, and I think Chazy, traditionally they've had some great strikers, not to mention Nolan Ryan, of course, in this mix. And tonight they're really using the flanks well. They're getting the ball wide. And
there's a shot by Sherman. Nice play by Sherman. Nice save by Santor.
That's Clay Sherman.
That's Clay.
Oh, he's a sophomore this year.
Clay is a sophomore, yeah.
I remember when he first came up a few years ago. And
You knew he was going to be a good player.
Yeah, I watched him play, and he still has the same number 8 too. And I remember him. I said, okay, now you see him in the paper. He's in the paper quite a bit for scoring and assists.
Yeah, he's well skilled and understands the game well, and so Alex and Clay, they're going to try to get some combinations going up there, but we'll have to see right now. Chazy's defense is pretty much keeping him outside the 18.
And the ball goes into the hand of Santor. He'll punt the ball. I think we have Is it Kowalowski, Calvin?
Jerry Kowalowski.
Kowalowski and Randy Lozier on the far side. So they bring out the big boys for the big game.
Is Lozier staying on both feet this evening, Calvin?
And knocked out of balance by Barrier. And into the game is Bigelow. Jeffrey Bigelow taking the throw in is Tyler Pierce. Coming out of the game is Elliot Pierce. Nice high throw in. Sherman one times it up over to the foot of Hamill. And it's cleared out by Tregan. Yep, headed by McCarthy, but he was pushed from behind by Nick Ball.
Good call that. Now, have you said it this evening, Joe, that it is another beautiful night for a soccer game?
I did. I started it that way. It's a little cool with the wind, a little wind chill factor working, but not bad.
It's nothing different than this summer.
Yeah, good soccer weather, right?
It's great soccer weather. Oh, absolutely.
It's like getting ready for the postseason here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to be.
Now, Fred, you've been here. Did you have a chance to have any of your Mickey fries yet?
I started to get over there, but I got pulled away, so I haven't been able to hit the stand yet.
You and your boy can't leave it until you get your Mickey fries.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's a tradition.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he's over there right now. So, yeah, great tradition. And great. The field looks great. The rain certainly
That
helped it today,
yeah,
this morning.
We needed it. Yeah.
Soften it up a little bit.
It was burning up too. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just the beautiful field is just beautiful.
Probably one of the nicest pitches in the North Country for soccer, for natural grass.
Yeah, it is. And
CCRS got a nice field up there too.
Saranac, yeah.
Yeah, they got a nice field up there.
This is still relatively new, you know, compared to
5 years.
Yeah, I think it's about 5 years.
Get up, Reynolds!
It's still relatively new, and I'll tell you what, they put a lot of work into it between
Brian and Rob.
Brian Norcross and Rob McCullough.
They were telling me that they were mowing this every 2 days this summer with the rain and so yeah, there's a lot of work that goes, a lot that not everybody sees that goes
Not
on.
a small lawn either.
No,
And you don't paint these lines in 10 minutes either.
no,
It takes
that's
some
right.
work to paint these lines.
You better believe it.
And Brian, he admits, he says, I'm anal when it comes to that. He's got the measuring tape out, and he's got those lines, and he knocks in nails down to make sure the line's straight, get the rope on it.
He definitely didn't do our junior varsity lines, and I think that might have been Coach Spiegel. They were little squiggly, little squiggly.
A little on the squig side.
I'll tell you what, Jake Spiegel's doing a great job with the.
Well, it's nice seeing Jake Spiegel back involved with the program. Obviously,
really totally into it.
all-star career with Chazy.
Yes.
Just came fresh through the system, played at Plattsburgh State. You know, he's
Caldwell skill.
yeah, he just knows he can still do the things that I can talk about. Yeah, and that's the difference. You know, I mean, it's a major difference when the young men are that age. They still need to be impressed by somebody who can do it.
Well, you know,
Not that I ever could.
well, that's what I'm saying, Joe. He's doing things
Joey,
that you never could do.
Joey, I'm going to use Calvin's word, bloviation. Bloviate.
We have Calvin on the camera with a big smile on his face, enjoying every minute of this.
I was a visual learner myself. If you can see somebody.
Ooh,
Nice cross.
Yeah.
it's got to be cleared out. Nice play by Gravel, putting it to the sideline, disrupt the play, giving Chase's number 3, Bigelow. And he pushes it toward the line. Tregan comes up and knocks. Nice play by Tregan and knock it off the defense. And you got Dominy and Rogers coming into the game. 2 freshmen coming into the game right now.
Actually, Dominy is a sophomore.
Is he?
Yes.
Yes, he would be. Just want to see if you're on your game,
Just
Joe.
one of your many mistakes, Joey. Don't worry about it.
Well, I just want to see if you're still on your game, since you pick and choose the games you show up for.
That's what people always say when they make a mistake. You know? Did that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I use that myself.
Oh, nice head by Dominy trying to find Boris. Now it's picked up by McCarthy. McCarthy pushed off the ball by Ball. There'll be a throw-in for Chazy. Giving chase is McCarthy, but taking the throw-in will be Tregan. How much time, Joe?
We have 8:11 left in the first half. The shots on goal are Chazy 7 and Willsboro 3.
And corner kicks?
Corner kicks are in favor of Chazy. That's 4-0.
4-0. And I gave the advantage probably the first 10 minutes to Willsboro. They came out flying.
Yeah, I talked to Tim Ryan over in the sidelines by the Mickey Fries, and
Yeah.
he said the same thing. He goes, they came out on fire. And, it's like we tell even the junior varsity players the first 10 minutes of the game. They're going to come out with a bunch of enthusiasm. They're going to be pumped right up. And all you do is just play possession.
Weather the storm.
Just play possession. Let them chase it around for 10 to 15 minutes. Let them, everybody's nerves calm down, and then you can go. Then you start attacking. Then you start picking them apart.
And Chazy weathered the storm, and they have a 1-0 lead on a Caleb Snide goal exactly at the 21-minute mark. So Chazy leading this game on a beautiful Friday night. Before you got here, I was telling Calvin, there's Friday night lights, and then in Canada you have hockey night in Canada. Well, tonight it was. Oh, here it is, Boris. He can get it off.
2-on-1 right there, though.
Beautiful.
But he had a 2-on-1 right here with Hunter Dominy right to his left. He had a 2-on-1, 2v1 right there, and he took it inside.
So corner kick for Chazy, but you've heard of hockey night in Canada, right? Well, it's soccer night in Chazy. 3 games were going on. Joe, back in the day, remember hockey night in Canada? You remember wrestling, Joe the Fish Poisson?
Joey, you're off subject again.
Well, we had to wait for the corner kick to get set up here. Here with the corner kick.
But Chazy had a good opportunity right there.
I gotta admit, it's nice having you back in the booth. And
You're going to calm things down a little bit.
McCarthy will get the call. And
Those are the things you have to avoid after you get a call, in your favor. You got to
walk away from it.
You can't. That's youth.
How many retaliation whistles do you have you heard through your careers, huh?
Oh, that's.
There's a nice feed. Hallie.
He's big.
Oh.
He got up there, but couldn't get on top of the ball.
No.
But that's a great target to have on the back post, though. That's for sure.
He's a tall, strong,
and he's strong in
man.
the air. Yeah. He plays like he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
He was up there.
And Drinkawine with the kick. Coming here near sideline. It goes off the foot of number 24, Bertrand. Quick throw in by Domini over to Boris. Boris does a nice job. Sends it across. Oh, McCarthy was there, but nice clear by Ball. So it'll be another corner kick here for Chazy.
Get a couple corner kicks really fast for the Eagles.
Chazy like nothing more than to get one more before the half
We got
here.
5:23 left right now, so Willsboro's been on their heels here for a few minutes.
And snide left foot goes wide left. Lapierre got up high on the ball, but couldn't get the head on it. So it'll be a goal kick here for the Warriors. Drinkwine will set it up. And have you seen E-Town yet this year play?
Yes, I've watched E-Town play Willsboro, and they play to a 2-2 draw. And
E-Town's pretty strong this year then?
yeah, E-Town actually has a pretty solid team. They're pretty. That's a great move. Yes, that was a
We just
great
let the ball go
decoy.
through, though. I mean, just you let it go by. That was a smart play by Boris. Boris is doing a decent job in the middle. He's got some goals this year. He's normally plays on the outside.
Got a strong leg.
Oh, very strong, and he's got deceiving speed.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's a former hockey player. But normally he plays on the right side midfield, and he makes some nice crosses, and he's being called upon to score more. Instead of being a server from the outside. And he used to get his occasional goal also. He'd always be in there. He's a scrappy player.
Well, he scored, up until tonight, he scored like the last 3 goals that they had.
So he's doing what he's called, Coach McCullough is calling him to do up front with McCarthy.
Well, this is definitely a different look team this year. I mean, they lost Stetson Fields, Jason Baker.
Right.
And then the year before, you lost Nolan Ryan. And, so he lost some exceptional players. And this is a good team this year. It's a different look team, but they're doing well.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be scoring by committee like I say, seemed like there was a go-to guy maybe in the past, and tonight.
5 years, 6 years they had. They had that. And most championship teams, they usually do. They usually do. They got to have that one. There's that one guy, Fred.
Yeah.
I mean, gee, you were it for E-Town. You were the guy.
Yeah.
You didn't have other guys who participated. Yes, they'd get a goal, but you had the guy who you looked for. And that's the guy who wants the ball and the guy who everybody wants to get the ball.
Well, let's face it. You get a person inside the 18, and if a person that can finish when they get the ball, they're going to finish. Right. I mean, you have to have that confidence in a couple players like that.
Well, maybe somebody will emerge yet. It's early in the year, and maybe that one guy is going to emerge. But you can definitely tell that right now they're willing to make the extra pass, and they're looking for each other, and the chemistry is just it's beautiful right now.
There's only 3 seniors on the field at this moment. And, they're good senior players.
Right.
But he's calling a lot. He's asking a lot of these youngsters, sophomores and freshmen.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of other juniors out there. I don't know if there's any other juniors. There's Andrew Rabbit out there now, but and the Snide. But a ton of sophomore and freshmen.
Yeah.
And they're playing up to a fine
They're
level.
playing above their.
There's a
their
freshman.
age group.
There's a freshman right here, Rogers. Just a tough kid. Got good wheels, good skills.
Look at that, sending it across.
But he's very, very coachable. Extremely coachable. He listens. He pays attention, and he wants to get better. He's just he's a pleasant young man.
Chazy does do a wonderful possession game. There's no doubt. I mean,
Right.
even when you're coaching against them, you're telling your team
Right.
they're going to play the possession game.
Right. And it's front to back. I mean, all the way from Nate all the way through. They're all able to handle the ball, and they're looking for each other. And
Now, from an opposing coach, I mean, you look at this. How do you prepare your team for a team like this?
Well, I think it's tough. Many teams like to lay back, and they try to get a lot of support and mark space because they don't think they can handle you man to man, and yet by the same token, I think with a young team like this, it makes you wonder why maybe more teams wouldn't try to go out and pressure and maybe try to create mistakes, but yet everybody seems to be giving them a lot of time and space with the ball right now, and Chazy's taking advantage. They're finding feet and passing the ball well, and we have somebody down here right now.
Jordan Barrier.
Jordan's down.
Looks like he might have lost his wind.
I'll watch a soccer game, gentlemen. See, Joey does this to your Fred.
What's
this
that?
Is what, just off subject. Just
Well, no, we were talking. He got hurt.
But I mean, Joey
Do you want us to call 911?
Joey will do this.
You know, Joe, this is TV, buddy. People can see what's going on.
Yeah, I think it looked like he might have lost his wind there. Maybe. Hopefully he'll be okay, but
one thing I noticed, Calvin, with Joe coaching this year, he gets confused between the booth and coaching. He's getting a little mixed up in his priorities here, but that's okay. That's okay. It's going to take him about a half to get acclimated again here on how it works, but that's okay. It's a good thing we're good friends.
Yeah.
We bust on each other.
Yeah. Well, he warned me before I came up here tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did.
I didn't know if maybe he was wired to rob out, how all the football up in the booth.
Oh, yeah. We're pretty high tech here with our. We have the Motorola sets going on here. Yeah.
The scrolling on the bottom.
We have the fax machines and the videos. I mean, Rob's gets faxed during the whole game. So defensive setups. It's just like football.
Well, since we have a little break here, we were talking earlier. I think Chazy's next game is Elizabethtown Tuesday night.
It is down in Easttown.
Yeah, and
you play that night too? Oh, the girls are off.
Yeah, the girls will be. Yeah, so I'll be able to I'll get there a little late, but I'll be able to make it. And
that should be a good game.
It should be a good game. Yeah, E-Town, they lost. They had some seniors that did a great job for them last year and provided a lot of leadership, but they pretty much have a core of 8 or 9 guys back.
Right.
They have a new goalie, and the goalie right now probably hasn't been tested too much, but they have a good core of boys back, and they can bring 4 or 5 off the bench like Chazy.
Now the E-Town Willsboro game that tied 2-2, was it definitely an even game, or did one other team outplay the other one?
I would definitely say E-Town had the edge, and actually Willsboro came down and scored on a couple restarts. And both were set pieces that they scored on, and I would say E-Town definitely carried most of the play and actually hit the post quite. E-Town probably should have scored more times, but Willsboro did what they had to do to.
Good, you found him.
Was it Willsboro?
It was at Willsboro.
And Dupree trying to find Snide, and it's kicked out here by the defense of Willsboro onto the foot of Halley.
1 minute left here in the first half.
Halley working his way.
Push.
Halley working his way through, pushed up, and Lapierre trying to send it forward. And
Nice job.
Nice job. Now it'll be clear out in the open space. Giving chase is Reynolds, also for Hamill, giving chase for Willsboro. It'll be a goal kick, so there will be no big rush to get this set up. Chazy out shooting Willsboro 9-4 here in the first half. Corner kicks favor Chazy 6-0. And where it matters most, it's on the scoreboard. Chazy 1, Willsboro 0 on a Caleb Snide goal at the 21-minute mark. And Reynolds will try to send this, try to hit center field, midfield. Headed by Boris to midfield. And Boris will get up, knocks it up. And Chazy just trying to get time out of here. And the first half should end 1-0 offsides. So the first half will come to an end here in Chazy with the Eagles leading the Warriors 1-0. Yep. And we're ready to start the second half. Chazy leads Willsboro 1-0. Willsboro takes the kickoff here for the second half. They'll be going right to left, and Chazy left to right. The ball right now is controlled by Lucas Strong. Strong at midfield, intercepted by McCarthy. He one times it to the near sideline. Giving chase is Boris, but nice defensive play by Shepard. Clears it into Chazy territory. Reynolds, the sweeper, will come over here on near sideline. Giving chase is Sherman. He sends it right up the line, out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in here for Willsboro. Number 19, Tyler Pierce, taking the throw in. Pierce down the line, trying to find Sherman, and Tregan does a nice job, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in here for Chazy. And Mr. Fred Hooper's in the booth with me tonight, along with Coach Joe Poisson now, also a commentator. The guy can do everything.
Coach Fred Hooper.
And Coach Fred Hooper. I said Coach Fred Hooper, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I said Mr. Fred Hooper, okay.
No respect us.
And then
Just no respect.
Calvin's on the camera. And so, Fred, I know we talked about the Mickey fries in the first half, and right now you have them up in the booth, and your thoughts on the Mickey fries.
Oh, my Lord. This is what a tradition here.
There's a shot, and Santa with the save.
Unbelievable. What a, wow. Friday night, this is where everybody ought to go for dinner, right
This is
here.
it right
Soccer and dinner at Chazy Soccer Field.
Yeah, under the
Every
lights,
Friday.
under the lights.
Under the lights.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Nope.
But right now, Willsboro sends it back into, I'd ask Joe, but his mouth is full right now. So it's, Reynolds has it deflected off, and it goes on to Trigan's foot. Joe, there you are. Okay, he just swallowed here, so that's good. Ball up to midfield. Of course, the only guy that can't eat his fries is yours truly, because I'm calling the game. But it goes up over the head of Lapierre, and nice job here by the Warriors. Number 7 cross, trying to do something with it, but Lapierre now has a ball, some open space, working his way toward midfield. Sends it into Willsboro territory on the foot of Kyle McCarthy. And McCarthy gets too far ahead of him. Actually, it was knocked out of bounds by the defense, Cody Sayward. And McCarthy with the throw-in gets it into Dominy. Dominy trying to switch fields, trying to find Rogers, but it's intercepted by the defense. And Caleb Snide coming back, but he slips on the ground. And it's taken by Lucas Strong. Now he's being challenged. McCarthy does a nice job. Giving chase is Rogers, Nolan Rogers with the ball, trying to get by the defense of Sherman, and gets it up over to Boris. Boris does a nice job, get it by Shepard, sends it across, and oh, the head doesn't go in, and nice try here by Dominy, but he fans on that, and it's picked up by number 24 Bertrand. He just clears it up the field, and giving chase is number 22 Lucas Strong. Strong has some room, gets it to midfield, but it's Lapierre there. He sends it up. He got kicked on the way through, but it's McCarthy with the ball, being challenged by Ball. Dominy working his way toward the outside of the box, sends it inside the box, and it's headed out by Shepard. Nice play by the defense of Alex Shepard. And that's a push on Dominy.
Oh, man.
Joe doesn't think so.
No. But that's the way it goes sometimes. The refs are always right, even if they're wrong. We'll have to give Mr. Lozier a couple of Mickey fries. We can maybe get him back on the right side.
And Fred, I mean, the guy could be bought with Mickey fries.
Well, I'll tell you, anybody could be bought. They do a great job there.
And then it is Rogers with the ball. You just don't get soccer, you get color commentary, you get everything here on Calvin Vision. And because of that, Joe,
We get Joey.
and Joe, and right now we have our segment, Let's Beg for Money for a couple minutes segment. Of course, we're playing off to the nasty, somebody wrote into the Press Republican how Calvin's always begging for money. And we don't call it begging for money, we call it supporting local programming.
Right.
And I mean, you've seen these programs.
Right there.
These are North Country treasures that this guy's doing for us.
Yeah, it's fantastic,
don't know if that was
you know, it doesn't happen everywhere as well, and
No.
so we're
very
fortunate,
fortunate.
very
I
fortunate.
think Chazy just got a call right there, too. Boris is kind of in the air, and I don't know. I think Mr. Lozier just evened it out.
Okay. So it is Barry is going to send it toward the net. He does, and oh, nice play. And Boris trying to get it in the net. He does.
Boris.
And Boris, he looks like he fanned on it at first,
You know what?
but he got it in.
That was off a restart.
A restart, yeah.
They're just so important. We got a man down for Elizabeth, or for Willsboro right now.
It looks like 23, Alex Campbell is down. At 35-22, it was Tyler Boris making it 2-0.
Getting that quick first half goal is important for the Eagles.
He ran right into the post trying to
Yeah, that's not good.
block that, and of course he kept it right on the ground.
Come on, White, come on!
No, he's kind of red. Tyler Boris from Shea Halley. So it's a 2-0 lead.
Take him in line!
And Sherman came off the game, or Alex Hamley, I mean. Looked like he hurt his wrist off camera here. And we're back to the action. 5 minutes have gone by here in the second half. Chazy with a 2-0 lead now. And Joe, we know now, even with 2 or 3-0 lead, no lead is safe.
Well, the next 10 minutes.
Next 10 minutes.
This is Oh, you look at statistics and stuff after a goal is scored. Either a lot of times you can pop another quick one in, or you get one scored right on you. No call.
No call.
No.
And Willsboro's lucky on that one. Did you see it the same way, Coach?
Right, I think so. And there's a handball way over his head. They're going to let it go.
No handball called either.
No.
They've let 2 no calls go, and Lozier's right there.
Yeah.
How come we all saw it?
I can see why Coach McAuliffe is a little irate on that.
Travel!
Yeah.
Doesn't get the takedown, but then he doesn't get the handball.
Don't encourage him, Joyce.
Yeah,
He can't hear me, Calvin.
you know, that's one of those, maybe as a ref you hate to call, but his hand was way over his head, clearly.
But I remember, Fred, in all fairness, remember last year in the sectional game?
Right.
There was a handball that they didn't call against Chazy late in the game. That would have been a penalty kick awarded to Elizabethtown. Elizabethtown would have won.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's right.
Coming right across top of the box. Inadvertent, but it was still handball. You know, I remember that distinctly. I'm like, wow.
Oh, okay, my bad. Here. How's that not a direction? What was it that got confused?
McCarthy on the far sideline, working his way to midfield.
Everybody, that was a golden moment right there. Joey was quiet.
Well, I was trying to get my paper settled here so I could call the game. I didn't have my hand in the fries like you. I was, I was working up here in the booth. But Calvin did say he's going to renegotiate my contract. You, well, we got to talk about that. I mean, Calvin says, wait till
Free
you.
agent.
What's that?
He's going to be a free agent.
Free agent. Yep. We tried to go on the trading block, but nobody to offer anything, so we're stuck with him.
He cleared waivers.
Well, back to that second goal, Chazy they're always so dangerous on these restarts.
Yeah.
And, they almost scored early on that direct kick, and then here, they just flooded that penalty area, and again, really
got
just
the big
took
boys to
advantage.
do it.
Yeah, just really took advantage of the miscue by Willsboro.
Sophomore. He hasn't been on the board a lot, but he just creates a lot of things. He's one of those players.
The
He
intangibles.
hustles and he creates things that don't go in the paper. That's why, when I got up here, Joey, you said, well, who scored? That's everybody's first question. Who scored?
Yeah.
And I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's why when we do our butternut squash awards,
We got to pick one tonight.
at the end of the game.
And we got Coach Hooper, so we got 4 of us.
We always have the people always
Player of the
give it to
game.
the goal scorers.
Not all the time.
Well,
Well, when somebody scores 5 goals, you got to give it
if
to
I
them.
would let you guys have your way,
Victoria,
it would be.
5 goals that night. You got to give it to Victoria.
And it was a wonderful evening for her, but who worked extremely hard for her couple of goals and a couple of assists, that evening was Caitlin Lapierre. She got the assist last night, on a nice cross from what I read in the paper. So Caitlin Lapierre, you get the people that work hard, and they create things, and that's the intangibles that are before the goal is scored. You have to have those things.
Well, and Joe's position is, everybody's even. It's the way our country's going, so everybody's even. Everybody deserves an award, right? Whether you deserve it or not.
Who said that?
You.
When?
We always bust each other politically, too.
Yeah.
Another restart here.
Yeah, another restart, and I'm with you on that. I'm being an old midfielder. Like I say, you don't always get, but when you run from 18 to 18 for 80 minutes.
Oh, wow. Who never gets the credit if you go to football? Are the offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's right.
Those guys get beat up.
Yeah.
You don't see them getting player of the game, or they don't see them going
Never.
to Disney.
That's right. That's right. They don't get invited to the White House, but
They all go as a team, but
Yeah, as
no
a team.
no individual awards. So, Calvin, I think Joe's leading to 11 Chazy players getting the butternut squash here tonight, Calvin. Huh?
Mash it up.
Mash it. That's what Calvin calls it. We're going to serve some mashed potato and mashed butter squash. He's almost done his Mickey fries here. Then he'll be doing majority of the talking here. At least you ate yours warm. Mine will be cold when I get to him.
Wow. I almost feel sorry for you.
Oh, here we go. Oh, clear it out. Nice clear out by number 24, Brandon Bertrand. Corner kick for the Warriors. Actually, I thought goal kick Warriors. It's corner kick for Chazy.
All right, I'm going to bring in the A-team here for a few minutes till Joey gets done his wonderful dinner that he did buy us, and he provided a nice dinner for us this evening. I want to thank you, Joey. Got a corner kick here by Barrier.
That's going in.
Going just wide, giving chases Rogers. Coming out. No support right now for Rogers. Yeah, we have Andrew Lapierre coming over, Shea Halley coming over for support. Rogers still trying to fight him off. Good defense, going to be a white throw. Okay, the numbers are in order. Great. There's Dakota Sayward on the defense.
Now, Fred, do you live in Keene?
No, I live in Willsboro.
You are in town.
Shea Halley has a nice throw and just outside the box. Boris tries to put it back in. Rogers fights for the ball. Ball goes high outside the box. Far side, McCarthy gets pushed down. Going to be, oh, there might be a card here. There might be the first yellow card of the game, or is going to be a warning. Going to be a warning by Kovlowski. Going to be a free kick for Willsboro. We have 28 minutes and 55 seconds left. Chazy's leading 2-0. 10 shots. Excuse me, you're going to have to edit that one, Calvin.
What'd you do? So that was your 18, huh?
That was that was his ploy, my soda.
That was your 18. Good 18 work.
But 5 shots by the Warriors. Chazy seems to be having the better play of this second half. They scored early in the second half with a Bulris goal off a restart from Barrier. Barrier with the ball on top of the box, trying to find Hunter Dominy. Dominy trying to cross in the middle. He does. Bulris just kicks it wide. McCarthy with a bicycle kick. They're going to call that a high kick. Dangerous play on McCarthy. Yep. Going to be another free kick for Willsboro. Willsboro's having a hard time bringing it out of their end, and we have 28 minutes left. Chazy's keeping a sustained attack on the Warriors. Barrier fighting for the ball. Willsboro, number 34, comes up, 24, that would be Bertrand. Barrier and number 7, Cross fighting for the ball. Going to be a foul against Willsboro, going to be a white. Chazy restart. It's like Barrier takes all the restarts. Jordan Barrier takes all the corner kicks for the Eagles. He has a good foot and has a really nice soft touch with some emphasis on it. Just like that right there, it's a perfect one. Halley trying to fight for it. McCarthy gets a head on it. Right to Drinkwine. Drinkwine quickly brings it out to the top of the box. Doesn't really give his team time to set up. But he just goes to the middle of the field. Barrier all over the place tonight. Barrier in the middle of the field heads it over to Boris. Boris finding McCarthy. McCarthy over to Rogers on the near side. Rogers deep outside the box. Nice cross by Rogers, headed out by Willsboro's number 10, Nick Ball. Rogers fighting for the ball again with Willsboro. Number 19, that would be Pierce. Willsboro and Pierce still going at it. Willsboro's doing a good defense down here, but nice spin move by Rogers down deep in the corner. Still has the ball, still fighting for it. Pierce.
What's that?
He's serious about this game.
Hey, I'm fighting for my contract here.
Keep talking. Don't worry about the other 3 people up there. You got it under control.
Gonna be a throw in for the Warriors, number 14. Itayev heads it down, headed out of bounds by John Tregan for Chazy. Tregan gets back fast. Going to be a quick throw in for number 19, Pierce for Willsboro.
Oh, we take care of our guests up there.
Over to Tregan. Tregan goes in the middle to Halley. Halley just booms it down the field, headed out by number 10, Willsboro's Nick Ball. Out of bounds, going to be a Chazy throw. Chazy kind of taking her time on this throw-in. Letting their offense set up. It'll be a throw in to Rogers, the freshman Rogers. Trying to find the senior Bulris. That's going to be out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick for Willsboro. Willsboro is having a tough time right now, even getting the ball halfway.
This is not the same team that came out.
No. It's that first 10 minutes is so important. In the beginning of the game, halves and stuff. Nice ball right there by Boris over to Barrier. Barrier with a beautiful cross, trying to find McCarthy. Just wide. Dominy serves it back in the middle. Just missing McCarthy. Can't be cleared out too well by Willsboro. Boris trying to find one on top of the box. Just spins around. It goes wide over to Dominy. Dominy on the far side now on the outside the box. Dominy serves it up again. Chazy's just able to serve it at will, but they can't bring it too close to the net. Willsboro bringing it out to number 23. That would be Hamill. Hamill's back in. Good job by Willsboro's keeper, Drinkwine. come off his line to scoop that one up, giving his team time to set up. Goes to number 20, trying to find 20 Sayward. Bouncing around a little bit in the field. 24 for Willsboro, Bertrand coming up with the ball. Number 7, Dominique for Chazy, giving chase, finds Lapierre in the back. Lapierre tried to kick it up. Can't find anybody. Just booted up and looked by Barrier. Booted back by Willsboro. Out of bounds. It's going to be a Chazy throw-in right now. Andrew Lapierre on the far side taking the throw in Willsboro territory. Over to Halley in the middle. Halley corrals that ball in, moving through a couple of guys. Ooh, gee, I don't know. I have to say that was pretty good work by Halley, but you got to pick your head up a little bit, Mr. Halley, but not a bad play. I don't know if that was really a foul, but they're going to call it. Going to be another free kick for Willsboro. Number 8, Sherman. Trying to fight Halley for the ball. Here's a nice feed right there from Boris over to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to chip it in. Just wide from McCarthy. And some nice give and go. That started off from Halley back from the defense up to Boris. Boris chipped it over to McCarthy on the far side. McCarthy just wide with a shot. Willsboro just dodged another bullet. We have 11 shots for Chazy. We have 5 shots for Willsboro. 23 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second half. Chazy winning 2-0. You have myself, Joe Poisson, you have Joey Trombley, and we have a special guest. Besides the usual cameraman Calvin Caston, we have Fred Hooper, coach for the Keene Valley girls, former Elizabethtown standout. He was a Chazy wrecker himself a few years, you know. And now this is what's good, nice. You know, I tell the young men that I coach, you know, I said, gee, you know, you're going to be playing against these guys and stuff. You know, I said, you stay in this area, you're going to be seeing the same people. You're going to be. You become friends. Oh, nice play right there by Drinkwine. McCarthy almost had it. Another really nice restart by Chazy.
I'm sure you must have good conversations with past players in your era. You talk about the good old days.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
You do. It's fun. You know, it really is. It's fun.
And actually, quite a few of the boys I played with are still in Elizabethtown. You know, the
That's
Morris
good.
boys.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You ever
good.
see them at games?
Yeah, and you know, guys we played together, and so it's really.
Halley just unloads a boomer just to clear it. Willsboro tried to put a little something together in the middle of the field. They're having a tough time. Chazy's doing a great job in the middle of the field. Their halfbacks are playing extremely well this half. Halley just one-times it up to Barrier. Barrier finds McCarthy. McCarthy with a nice through ball. Oh, he tried to find Rogers on this near side with the through ball, just missing him. Rogers giving chase against number 13, Pierce again.
You know, it's. I'm not sure if it was a change in tactics, but Willsboro is trying to go right down the throat of Chazy here, and Chazy's getting it wide and using the flanks well, and Willsboro's not at all, and they're just getting so bottlenecked.
There's trouble right here. Oh, we have McCarthy. Oh my! Wow, what a save! I'll tell you what. Ooh, oh, should be a card right there. That might even be a red.
Yes.
He's gone. He might be gone off that one. Yeah, he just railed him man off that.
Card on that one.
I think there's at least a card on that. He might be.
Defensive play before that.
That was a great defensive play. Then he has to pull rather a knucklehead, you know, play by the keeper. That was totally uncalled for on McCarthy.
He's not going to pull the card, it looks like.
No, he is not pulling a card. He's given a penalty without a card, Lozier, because that was definitely a cardable.
Give a card on that one.
It was just,
Anywhere else
it was just short of first-degree assault. You know what I mean? But you know, we have McCarthy lining up to get this penalty shot. We have 21-25 left. Chazy's leading 2-0. But Drinkwine definitely did not have to.
No reason to be having a discussion.
Is Lozier going to reward him with a? I should say, give him a card. I wouldn't say a reward, but
in his pocket? No, he's not.
He's not, because that was. It was just rather uncalled for too. I mean, gee, you know,
McCarthy's going to go low right.
You make a couple of saves like that.
Low right. No, low left.
But you know, what?
That one.
But you can make a couple of nice plays, defensive plays. You had your team still in the game, 2-0.
Right.
And then, you know, you get your emotions get the best of you, and now you're down 3-0. And I will not say Chazy will win. But
last time you did that, we lost the state championship.
Hey! I did not say that. I said
did.
W. W. I did not say win. I said I will not use the W word.
See, when we came back to that game, Joe got a lot of grief here at Chazy.
No, only from you.
No.
And you have been known to be flamboyant at times.
Joe, tell them about the hate mail, the hate emails you got.
That was all from you. I wouldn't buy you Mickey fries.
Yeah.
With Chazy with a convincing 3-0 lead right now with 21 minutes left. But he just took his team out of the game.
Yeah, and actually, it could have actually gave them.
That's what I mean. You're pumped up. I mean, we just made some great
play. Let's go now.
Everybody thought that was in, and now
I'm not sure why he took him out like that. Because I mean, McCarthy wasn't really going to be scoring on that.
I don't know.
There was a little melee there, I think, around the 12 when the shot almost went in, and so something might have happened. Although I think our attention went to the ball.
Right.
So there was a little,
I didn't see McCarthy involved in it, though. McCarthy was involved in the first shot that didn't go in.
Right.
And he was still rather deep in the box. We'll have to have that on a replay, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch the
We were
tape.
talking about our begging segment. Make a donation. It's viewer supported. It's business supported.
Nice cross right here by
And
Rogers.
as Calvin was telling you,
Headed out by number 10, Nick Ball. Come back out to Chazy.
he posts a lot of the shows there, so you can go in the archives and look at past shows. So if you go to Plattsburgh.com,
so
you can get it.
is that where you want to make your donation? Is
Oh no,
You can do it on there.
You
Yes,
can do it online. You can do it online, or you can send it to
Donations-
1477
Ridge Road, Champlain, New York.
and the zip code 12919.
Beautiful.
But you can make a donation with the PayPal or whatever on the Plattsburgh.com. But for somebody like yourself who doesn't get the access channel here, go to Plattsburgh.com. You can get all the shows you want to see.
Beautiful.
It is, and you can make donations on there as little as $1.
Awesome. Well, we'll certainly have to spread the word because it certainly is a great, and I know many people
Good foul on barrier here in the middle of the field.
Oh yeah.
when they come on TV. And
Well, I know they actually ask for tapes a lot of times,
right.
and I'm sure also to see how the game went. Coaches can look at what was happening out there.
I just I purchased the tape the other night from saying the girls. You learn sometimes more. Oh my lord!
Our girls played well that night against
Oh,
Cherokee.
they were just phenomenal.
That was the best game early on.
Oh my lord!
That's the
They controlled. They kept M&I out of the game.
She never touched the ball.
No, I never really called her name,
No, never.
and
Never.
usually I do. I mean, she's all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the first time I think Willsboro's been down to the Chazy end. I think this half.
That was
That was a great opportunity this far.
Yeah.
You go back to the foul on Drinkwine on McCarthy, and then with this here, maybe they got a goal, and then you have a different game. But it is what it is.
Right.
Nice job. Way to stay wide. Oh. I thought the whole ball had to be over.
Ball.
All right, we'll talk to Mr. Lozier about that after.
Two now. We got
Well,
That's
he needs a
two,
new
huh?
prescription for it. He needs some prescription for his glasses down there.
I was mad because you didn't buy him any Mickey fries.
Yeah, well, we tried to throw him one down, but he wouldn't go for it.
Don't let him alone. Good job by Santor to come off his line. Going to take his time, let his offense get set back up, reload. Willsboro's had a couple of chances down here in the late going of the second half. We have 18 minutes left in the second half. Chazy leading 3-0. Now, Joey, do you have the goal scorers besides?
McCarthy?
Yeah.
It was Caleb Snide at 21 minute
Oh,
mark.
they're having some.
And Tyler
this game,
Boris.
This game's getting a little more physical this part of the game than it was earlier. Maybe a card or two might not be a bad idea. Just
They played hard. I don't think it was anything dirty.
Yeah,
They both went at it hard. It was a collision.
Yeah, but you got to kind of. This is when the emotions. I mean,
It's not JV soccer, Joe. They play real soccer up here, okay, buddy?
listen to this. Oh, here's a good chance.
There it
Boris.
is.
Oh, Boris just leaned back a little bit too
Just want
far.
to remind you, Joe,
Good
this
work.
isn't croquet, buddy. It's soccer, high school soccer.
Joey, you would never know. You always sat the bench. You would never know.
No, Joe would know.
How would you know?
Joe would know.
Nah. How would you know?
Always used to seeing the game from this angle.
But Calvin, I wasn't this high up on the bench, though. So this is actually a better angle.
I'm glad I feel comfortable cracking on you the last couple of games because you've definitely deserved it. Here's Boris. No, then trying to serve another one in. Chazy's doing some pretty good work.
Calvin said, "The only way you're getting the game, Joey, if you start announcing." So that's
Then he becomes the expert. You know how that is.
Oh yeah, right. Some expert.
But you know what's good about Coach McCullough? He noticed the run. They had the serve in, and he noticed the run by the freshman Rogers.
Yeah.
Nothing came of it. But you know what? The kid remembers that. It's like, you know, you give him a little. Hey, he's not going to get his name in a paper blow. But you know what? These are the little things you have to keep doing to be successful. You got to keep doing it. Everybody has to be on the same page.
Well, Joe, we're approaching the 16-minute mark. Right now, I'm not leaning one way or another for the Butternut Squash Award.
Well, Chazy defense has done well, allowing 6 shots this evening.
Yeah.
But Boris is doing a good job up front. He has a goal. Could have actually had a couple more. He's created some good things.
I would.
Barrier has at least 1 assist that I know of I think he might have 2, but you should keep track of that, since it is important.
But I am leaning to. I'm actually, believe it or not, agreeing with you. I'm kind of leaning toward the Chazy defense tonight.
Yeah,
as a body.
And actually, the midfielders have played extremely well, especially this half.
Let's get somebody no soccer. Let's ask Fred Hooper what he thinks.
There you go.
Well, I've been trying to figure that out myself a little bit. I agree. I'm going right now. I think give me 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Okay.
No, we're calling it now, Fred.
Yeah, well, we aren't calling it now. It's where we're leaning right now.
The pressure.
We haven't called it yet. It's not called. We're too early for that.
McCarthy's played decent up front at times. You know, I mean, there's been
Who's sticking out in your mind
seen
right
some
now?
good things.
6. I'm trying to.
Caleb Snide,
This center midfielder.
Stopper, or
Yeah,
midfielder.
he has. He's got I think he has the first goal off those the 3 shots, bang bang, and then he finally scored down at
Been watching a lot
the
of
first
little
half.
things he's been doing off the ball, and
Yeah, that's what he does.
working both. You know, he's working hard. Played some great through balls,
Yes.
and that's what I've been leaning towards. But
Smart play right there, just to play it back.
McCarthy gives you working like effort every game.
Yeah.
There's Snide right there.
Drinkwine steps up. Nice booming punt by Drinkwine. Tregan giving chase with Hamill for Willsboro. Nice pass right there by Tregan to Barrier, trying to find Boris, headed back in by 25. Shepard kicked in the middle of the field. Willsboro trying to put something together here on the near side. Goes out of bounds. Going to be a Chazy throw. John Tregan, the right fullback for Chazy, with a nice throw up to Boris. Boris does a nice little trap. Trying to turn. Can't find anybody. Hamill finding Sherman. Lets it go by. Picked up by Halley. Halley goes a nice far side kick. Finds Domini on the far side. A beautiful pass by Halley. Domini. Little slip.
I go down there. Call number 1.
Nice, good team defense right there. You just called Caleb Snide. That was his number right there. Playing good defense with, looked like Lapeer. It was good. It's going to be another restart here for Chazy just outside the box. These are dangerous. We have 13 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second half. Chazy leading 3-0. 14 shots for the Eagles, 6 shots for the Warriors.
Like another set piece coming here.
Well, another
See what kind of creative.
The Halley Howitzer.
Howitzer over the top. You know, but trying to trying to teach the boys put shots on net.
Yeah.
You know, because we have kicked so, you know, and it's hard because when somebody's trying to take your head off, let's face it, you know, it's hard. But if you put it on net, so many more so many more things can happen.
Bobble it.
Yeah, you know, rebounds.
Directed.
You get rebounds. You know, you get an own goal. So many things can happen if it's on net.
Well, you can't score unless it's on net.
Yeah, and it's just, you see a lot of them, you know, unfortunately, they just, it's a waste. You know, it's just it's kind of a waste.
Last year in the state championship game, Hamilton coach, his strategy was shoot it at the net and charge. And they were skilled upperclassmen.
Yeah,
and,
big, fast,
and they were
strong.
athletic. And those shots were going at net, and they were going at it hard.
Yeah.
And the Chazy defense just
It wasn't-
fell apart.
They did.
And but it was that strategy is you aren't going to score unless you shoot. And
Right.
he had guys The first goal was what, 35, 40 yards out?
Oh, yeah.
The guy
we
took a shot.
We had a great line on
And
it.
it skinned under the crossbar into the net. It was their first goal.
Great,
And that
great shot.
started it.
Good hustle right there by Boris. That shows what a good job, your offensive guy playing defense, Boris. Who created this right here. Oh, McCarthy tried to bust in.
Speed.
McCarthy with his second goal. But you see that started with Boris.
And you see how he held on to the ball right to the end?
Nice. Nice play.
McCarthy's a freshman. And now he played above his years there because he held on to that ball. It's
true.
Right to the end.
Great
Drinkwine
finish.
committed.
Yeah, great
when
finish.
Drinkwine committed, he finished.
Great finish. But that started with Boris
Yes.
attacking. Now he's a forward. He created that goal, and I don't know if you'll even get an assist on it. I don't know how that works out. But you know what? Creating things, just hustling his butt off, getting down here, creating some pressure, getting a piece of the ball, and make things happen. And that's what the young players have to do that. You have to do that. You can't just sit back and say, "Give me the ball, I want to score." Well, you know what? You got to create things. And Boris, I got to give kudos to Boris for creating that, and a great finish by McCarthy.
Well, when you look at a soccer field, you look at the players. You have to be working away from the ball. It's not just a matter of just sitting there, like Joe said, pass it to me. You got to be moving up in the field, open spots.
Never came
They'll
in.
find you.
Never came in all the way back up here, boys.
Well, we have 11 minutes left in the second half. Chazy pulling out to a rather commanding 4-0 lead over a Willsboro Warrior team.
This is
Who,
actually a little surprise. I'm a little surprised that it's 4-0 tonight. I expected a much tougher game. The whole game to be played like the first 10 minutes when Willsboro came out. But you get deflated.
Yeah.
A couple goals go against you, you get deflated.
this is a
In the second half, they've just not.
Chazy's dominated.
yeah, they have
Willsboro could not possess the ball
no.
at all. And the few times that their players up top, they haven't been able to. They've been forced to get rid of the ball earlier than they wanted to. Let's see what he can do with it here.
That's a nice shot right there. That's tough.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. But you know what? They will be playing again. I don't know what the date is. They will be playing. So you
And then you never know, they could be playing again in the playoffs.
Right.
and things happen. You maybe have another injury. Who knows?
Right.
Or you never know. These things happen. So it's keep that all in mind.
And Brendan Lauren is at the game tonight. He's outside the fence, sitting down, watching the game.
Oh, I didn't see him. I gotta go say hi to. Nice. I'm glad he's out of the
Brandon's
hospital.
our freshman.
Sick, yeah.
He had fluid behind the ear, infected. He had to do an operation to get the fluid out of there, and I guess he had a little hole or something in his ear or something. But he's been he's on the recovery stage right now, but he's out for a little while.
Play it
And
simple.
that was after the preseason tournament against PHS. Wasn't feeling well. They couldn't figure it out. And at first, I thought it was vertigo.
So he hasn't been training at all.
Oh no, he's
Nothing,
been weak. Oh no.
Nice ball. Boris is working hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Coach Hooper just said to me, he goes, "McCarthy's a freshman." And and Reynolds is a freshman. I go, yeah.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head up here.
I might have to change my vote now because McCarthy was pretty on that last goal.
That was nice. Nice finish.
The defender couldn't catch him.
Nah.
He went to the goal at speed, but had enough composure to just bury the ball. And
It was nice.
And I'm leaning McCarthy right now myself too.
Yeah.
And that would be
Calvin,
a
how
second.
about you?
I like Lapeer. His family supports him.
Well, how about assistant coach Trombley? Or how about Joe Poisson? So who are you leaning toward, Calvin?
I just told you. Lapeer.
Okay, so Calvin's is based on donations. Okay.
Self-interest, good Republican.
Show me the money.
Capitalistic. Okay, so we got to vote for Lapeer. That came out actually from the left. That came out of left field. So it's right field. If you're going to call it right field. Well, what were you thinking, Joe?
I'm just in center field, I'm right in the middle.
So yeah, so you're going to go with?
Gee, it's really hard. It's really hard. We have four goals. McCarthy's. I don't know. We have 7 minutes and something else can happen.
We didn't call it
never
yet.
know.
We said leaning.
You never know. Snides created a bunch of things in the middle. You know, he's stopped a lot. He's done a good job in the middle. Looks like Coach McCullough's going to put some reserves in here. We have number 1, Ian Anderson, future Marine. We also have 15, Andrew Dupree with Jeffrey Botten, number 25. 1 senior and 2 juniors. Actually, we have a decent crowd over there this evening, don't we? We have a nice crowd tonight. You know, so a lot of people coming down. They saw a decent game. Looks like it.
I didn't tell you guys this at halftime. I'm over there. They've already gone through 100 pounds of fries. He was running out.
No kidding. Oh my lord. Isn't that
So
great?
they got to get more for Friday night games.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
100 pounds of fries.
Well, you also mentioned that there was 3 games here this evening. We had a modified game.
But they had the snack shop wasn't open till the varsity game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gee, we're gonna have to get on Mr. Halley about that nice shot out here from number 9, Patrick Wells for Willsboro on top of the box. Willsboro isn't giving up. I got to give them credit. They haven't laid down, so
They aren't going to give up.
They're not giving up. They still want to get something going here. I got to give them credit. Yeah. They want to see what they can get going and then take something out of this, you know, and they can work on and talk about, okay, you know, we did this. And that's what you do. You know, sometimes you do get your cane. You learn more by a loss a lot of times than you will by a win, you know.
Right.
And Willsboro will be out for revenge the next time these two teams do face each other. You know, with a shortened version of the season, it's probably not too long either. Nice play right here by Andrew Rabideau. Andrew Rabideau still with the ball. Good Rabideau trying to find Frankie Garrow, number 18 for the Eagles. We have Cody Toohill, number 4 in the game.
Was proposed to me, you know,
And here goes Frankie Garrow trying to find something up on top. Still with the ball. Kicks that out of bounds. No, does he save it? No, he doesn't save it. It looks like it's going to be a Warrior goal kick with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left. The second half. Chazy 4, Willsboro 0.
They were expecting girls were pumped for your game. Oh, they were. My daughter's on that.
Goal kick by Drinkwine for the Warriors goes to Sherman, number 8, over to number 17. That would be Sayward. Nice steal right there by Rabideau. Rabideau passes it off with a nifty little pass to Snide. Snide and Sherman fighting for the ball outside the box near side. Snide still with the ball. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Willsboro throw-in. We also have Dylan Duffana going in, and let me see, looks like Dylan Hack,
we're going to battle in the defensive end and hope
number 21 for the Eagles.
But I don't think, you know, to get in a shootout with Chazy, I don't think people talk about getting in a.
We
don't want a
never
2-2
see it.
game. We don't want a 3-3 game. with
We
Chazy.
never normally see it. You know, normally, and I've always questioned, you know, why aren't they coming out challenging, trying to go on the offense? And Calvin and Joe say, you know, they want to play tough defensively, work for that break, work for that restart goal, and.
Caleb Snide trying to find Rabideau. Rabideau's got some good wheels. Here's Andrew Rabideau. Let's go with his shot. Goes far post. We have Nathan Reynolds, who's played another great game for the Eagles, the freshman sweeper coming off. We have Andrew Dupree going back to the sweeper. The junior, Caleb Snide, in the running for the Butternut Squash Award Player of the Game. We have 4 minutes and 11 seconds left. Drinkwine for Willsboro with a goal kick. Chazy leading 4-0. 17 shots for the Eagles and 7 shots for the Warriors. Both teams have pretty much emptied their benches, or at least Coach McCullough has. Number 14 for the Willsboro tries to cross it in. Good stop by Botten. Ian Anderson, number 1. They call him Sam. Sorry about that. I have Sam on my team. Kicked back in by Willsboro. Willsboro trying to get something going. Sherman up on top of the box. Nice play right there. It looked like Osher. Osher kicks it up to Garrow. Garrow with some space, trying to find number 21 for the Eagles. That would be Dylan Hack. Can't find him. Kicked back in by Willsboro. Dylan Duffano, the pass to be Matt Gravel. Matt Gravel, number 13, Chazy of Good Wheels. We have a takedown. No call. Official Lozier says he's not going to stop the game at this juncture of it. We have 3 minutes left. Let him play. Going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a Chazy throw-in. Chazy with a surprising 4-0 lead at this moment. We have just a little over 2 minutes left. We have my Joe Poisson, Joey Trombley, who usually does the play-by-play, but he's really busy politicking over here with an actual gentleman named Fred Hooper, who we are very glad to have up
We're
here.
just talking about that, Joe. We got a guest, Fred Hooper, here, and you've had that mic, and it hasn't gone through your mouth. And poor Coach Hooper can't get a word in edgewise here.
We're waiting for the butternut squash.
Yeah, that's
All right,
coming
well,
up.
we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to make up our minds. We have a nice shot out here on top of the box. Number 9, that would be Wells for
Well, I'm
Willsboro.
leaning toward McCarthy.
McCarthy, we got one.
Just the way he finished.
We have one vote for McCarthy, Fred.
Yeah, I got to go with that last finish. I
Okay.
thought that was for a 9th grader.
We know
He's been
Calvin,
working hard.
we'll get you half a vote in here.
Lapeer.
Lapeer.
Got
Lapeer.
Lapeer.
Okay.
McCarthy, we got two. Whatever I say, it really isn't going to matter, so I'm outvoted.
Did you forget your
I can be
yellow
politically
cards
correct
tonight,
and not
Randy?
vote, right?
No, you
My
can,
vote
no,
will not matter.
no, you can say whatever you want, and then we will decide if.
Well, I'll tell you what. I liked Caleb Snyder in the middle. I thought Bulwers worked extremely hard tonight. He created a bunch of stuff. And he's been well. We got Frank Aguero trying to bust into the top of the box. Kicked wide. It's going to be Chazy Andrew Rabideau with trying to cross it, goes out of bounds. My vote, I got to go with Tyler Bulwers. He scored a goal. He's created some things, and that's just, it's like Joey asked me earlier, who scored my goals today? I don't remember. I know how it got set up and stuff, but that's just me, I guess.
It is just you. I can't imagine the coach not knowing who scores, but
Well,
that's another story. Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess I should. But it's just you watch the setup and how it was it a good goal or a cheap goal too. There a lot of goals are scored on the cheap. Chazy scored some great goals this evening. We had one penalty
on the
kick.
Scoreboard, it's still a goal.
Yeah, and that's why you sat the bench, Joey. That's why.
As you know, Joe, I did not give many goals in my high school career.
That's a fact.
I played goalie. Granted, I was third on the depth chart. There were only 3 of us, but that's beside the point.
You did a good job, though.
I did a great job.
You were consistent.
Okay, so we got to pick somebody here. So you're leaning toward Bowers.
Yes.
We got Andrew Lapeer, and we got 2 McCarthys. And I think democracy does win. Kyle McCarthy will get the Butternut Squash Award.
Freshman getting his first Butternut Squash
Butternut
Award.
Squash
too.
Award. Kyle McCarthy.
Congratulations, Kyle. You played a great,
Well-deserved.
fabulous game. He worked hard.
And even taking those 2 goals away,
He's worked hard. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's a hard
So
worker up
like
there.
atmosphere.
Yep, that's great.
We should keep
Chazy's still
a,
trying to work something out
We should
here.
keep a list of who the Butternut Squash Award winners are.
On the back wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot till they paint it.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We could do that.
It's just sheetrock right now. we can add something to it.
I'll tell you what, we're here today is September 18th. We're at the George Brendler Field. Chazy with a convincing 4-0 win over the Willsboro Warriors. We thought this game was actually for first place.
Yeah,
I believe. Willsboro's had one tie, so this is the second blemish on their record. We expected a little tighter game, and it was. I missed the first 15 minutes, and everybody here said the first 10 minutes was dominated by Willsboro. And after that, Chazy pretty much took over the game. They did a great job working it. They played a tough game. They didn't quit. They kept playing, and it was nice to see. They didn't just hang their heads. But the goals at the second half, Chazy just dominated the second half. They did a great job.
You won the award.
That's your job. I wouldn't want to take that away. Your union,
This will be a
Oh, no. I'm just going to yell to him. No, not call him up for an interview.
But listen, we hope you've enjoyed this programming at the George Brendler Field, the hometown cable. We're up here with myself, Joe Poisson, Joey Trombley, Coach Fred Hooper from Keene Valley, Calvin Castine on the camera. 4-0 Chazy over Willsboro, and that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.